In this video, I want to examine unemployment data, a crucial indicator for predicting stock market trend. You want to predict stock market trend, you look at unemployment data. That will give an idea of how the stock market will respond in the near future. So in this video, I want to talk about a number of items under this particular topic. Number one is an introduction to unemployment data. Introduction to unemployment data. So first of all, I want to define what is the meaning of unemployment. Unemployment rates as a percentage of the labor force that is jobless and actively seeking for work. Unemployment rate actually, indicates the percentage of individuals in the economy who are looking for job, who are actively seeking for job. This particular population indicates the unemployment rates of a given country. So we need to highlight the importance, as it relates to the economy, because when you have a high unemployment rate, it shows that the economy is lagging. The economy is not in sound health. The economy is facing challenges. Number two, types of unemployment metrics. Types of unemployment metrics. You have what is called the U3 rate. The U3 rate is the official unemployment rate, most commonly cited. It's the rate people commonly cite when it comes to explaining or as an indication of the unemployment level in the country. You also have the U6 rates. The U6 rate actually include discouraged workers and those working part-time for economic reasons. People who are dissatisfied with their job. People who are working part-time just to be able to make ends meet. These people, they fall under the class of the U6 rates, whereas the U3 rate is the official unemployment rate, usually what the government projects or what the government puts out there. You have the weekly jobless claims. The weekly jobless claims. It provides a short-term insight into labor market condition. And this particular factor provides a short-term insights into an idea of the overall market condition. Number three is how unemployment affects stock markets. How unemployment affects the stock markets. Let's look at the impact of high unemployment. High unemployment actually signals economic weakness, leading to reduced consumer spending and lower corporate earning. We need to understand that consumer spending is tied to corporate earnings. The more consumers spend, the more companies make profit. The less consumer spends, that will lead to a decline in corporate earnings. It equally have a negative impact on sectors reliant on discretionary income, such as retail and travel. The sectors that rely on people having extra income to spend, like going on holidays, like retail, those sectors would be impacted negatively by high unemployment. And not only that, the markets may react positively if high unemployment prompts central bank to lower interest rates. In a case where there's high unemployment and the central bank, reacts by reducing interest rates, and that will be a positive, a positive move, because when the government cuts interest rate, it lowers the cost of borrowing, and that would encourage spending, which would equally affect corporate earnings, and would have a positive and overall positive impact in the stock markets. Then let's look at the impact of low unemployment. If we look at high unemployment, let's also consider low unemployment. It indicates economic strengths, boosting consumer confidence and spending. In a condition where there's low unemployment, many people are out there working. Then they will earn a lot to be able to spend a lot, and that amount they are spending will go a long way in boosting corporate profit. They give them the confidence to spend because they believe that money will still keep coming in. Not only that, there's a positive impact on cyclical sectors like technology, consumer discretionary, and financials. Sectors like technology will experience this that positive impact of low unemployment, because people have the money to spend on new iPhone, on new Samsung phone, and on consumer discretionary. These sectors will benefit positively from low unemployment. Then there's concerns over which inflation and higher interest rates may offset these gains. Usually, the more people earn, the more they spend. So that increased spending will bring about what is called wage inflation, and that's a negative on its own, and that might equally, that will instigate the central bank to come in and increase, interest rates so as to curtail this wage and inflation. Number 4 is correlation with key metrics events. Correlation with key market events. Correlation with key market events. Please, you do me a favor, all right? Subscribe to this channel and like this video if you've not done that. So example, actually, the market crashes during recessions often coincide with spikes in unemployment rates. You discover that during market crash, it tends to tally with a heightened level of unemployment. Not only that, post-pandemic recovery in 2021, saw declining unemployment and strong market performance. These are examples of how unemployment correlate with key market events actually. And so unemployment has a direct impact on the markets, on the stock markets. Actually, it impacts the economy, and in the economy invariably impacts the stock market, whether positively or negatively. And number 5, using unemployment data in stock market prediction. Using unemployment data in stock markets and prediction, combined with some other indicators like GDP growth, inflation, and product manufacturing index. For comprehensive analysis, you cannot just pick a single factor like GDP growth. No, you combine them. You combine GDP, you combine inflation, you combine interest rate, you combine product manufacturing index. All these factors, when you combine them together, will give a better idea of the future of a future market trend. So monitor trends over time to distinguish between temporary fluctuation and structural shift. Sometimes there could be a temporary short-term fluctuation in the market. That is not the trend we are talking about. We're talking about that structural shift that is somewhat that has a degree of permanence in nature. Number 6 is an impact on different sectors. Impact of unemployment, this impact of GDP growth, on different sectors. When it comes to consumer staples, there's that particular resilience during high unemployment due to consistent demand. Companies in this particular sector produce goods that are in consistent demand, that are demanded by consumers on a consistent basis. Not only that, you have industrial and cyclicals. In the industrial and cyclical sector, these are highly sensitive to unemployment trends and economic growth. This particular sector is highly sensitive to unemployment. as well as the nature of the economy. Then you have the technology sector. So volatile but can thrive in recovery, phases with a strong job market. So usually when there's a strong job market, when there's high, when there's high employment rates, people have they have the income to buy technology products. So technology tends to, sector tends to benefit from positive employment figures. And number 7 is the limitations of unemployment data. When we talk about this particular data, and you want to apply it in predicting stock market trend, it has its own limitation actually. So in this case, lagging indicator. We have what is called lagging indicator. It may not predict immediate market movement, but confirms existing trend. It may not be able to predict, but can confirm the fact that yes, a trend, is actually, taking place. It confirms existing trend. And not only that, it can be influenced by factors like government, stimulus and seasonal adjustment. Generally, you discover that unemployment rates, data could be affected by, could be mitigated by government figures, by government intervention, government stimulus. And not only that, the government could equally bring in seasonal adjustments, which may not be able to, like bring in a permanent solution, but at least it may mitigate the impact of this particular factor in the economy, and that could equally determine market trend, although it may be for a short-term basis. That's equally account for the fact that you could not really rely completely on unemployment data when it comes to predicting stock market movements. You have to combine other factors, so as to be able to have a clear, indication or indicator of where the, market trend is going in the near future.